Alright, well, welcome back to Arms Television. We're here today and we're going to test some different bullet weights and twist rates and see what's stable.
So today we're going to look at 3 different rifles with 3 different rates of twists, all chambered in 223. We got 2 AR-15s. One is a 1-to-7 rate twist and one's a 1-to-9 rate twist. Those are really common twist rates for those rifles. And then we have a bolt gun that's in 1-to-12 twist, which is kind of an older twist rate used for the 223. And we have 3 different bullet weights. We have 52 grains, which are in this magazine here. And as you can see, these are a little bit shorter. And then we have a middleweight bullet here. These are 69 grains. And then the third bullet we're going to be shooting is a 75 grain AMAX bullet. And these actually won't seat to magazine length, so we're going to have to individually feed these in the AR-15s. But we're going to shoot this through all 3 of them as well. And so we're going to shoot all 3 of these bullets through all 3 of these different rifles and see how much twist rate actually really matters when you're shooting these. Some people say that you have to have certain amount of twist rates to shoot these certain bullets. Sometimes people say that a 1-to-7 will always stabilize these lighter bullets. Some people say that you can't shoot a 77 grainer or a 75 grainer through a 1-to-9 twist. So we're going to test that. We're going to see what those theories are like and how they pan out at 100 yards here. We got 3 targets set up down there, and we're going to shoot the 1-to-7 rate twist rifle first with all 3 of these bullets. Cool. So our 1-to-7 rate twist AR-15 is a Stag Arms. We have a 6 to 18 power scope on the top of this, and this is what we're going to be shooting first. So these are the results from shooting the 1-in-7 rate twist AR-15 at 100 yards, and that was a piston gun, so keep that in mind when we're looking at the groups. So the 52 grains, which is the lightest bullet that we shot, that's a pretty good group there, all things considered. It is kind of a windy day too, which you can probably hear, but that's a good group. No evidence of overstabilization or anything like that there. And then you move to the 69 grains, and that's a similar group. So that's the middleweight bullet, kind of to be expected. And then on the far right there, we've got the 75 grain bullets. And that group opened up a little bit, but all of them hit squarely, and so that's probably, that's not due to the bullet. I don't think the fact that that group opened up a little bit. So it looks like it stabilized all of them and shot them all pretty well. So our 1-in-9 twist AR-15 is a Rock River Arms. Like I said, this is a 1-in-9 twist. It's got a little bit of a heavier barrel, and it's wearing a 3 to 10 power scope. So we're going to shoot this at 100 yards as well with all 3 of the bullet weights and see what that does. Okay, so these are the results that we got from the 1-in-9 twist AR. At first we shot this, we just put this scope back on here, so these shots at the top of these targets here and here, we're kind of sighting in shots. Then we got the scope on, we shot it at 100 yards again. So the 52 grains on the left there at 100 yards, that group just to the right of the square there, that's 3 shots. So it obviously stabilized those really well. The 69 grain bullets, the target in the middle there, stabilized those pretty well too. Just about, maybe a little bit better than the 1-in-7 twist rifle shot, but that's just a rifle difference. And then we go to the 75 grain target. We actually shot these at 100 yards at first when we were sighting in the scope. And if you look carefully back at this middle target here, we had these 3 shots from the 69 grains, and we had this shot magically appear after we shot the 75 grain bullets. And then if you look over here, we had 3 shots, and 1 magically appear over here as well. So we were thinking that these 75 grain bullets weren't stabilizing very well. So what we did is we moved up to 50 yards, and that's what you can see on the paper there. Our 3 shots at 50 yards with a 1-in-9 twist AR-15. So they're obviously not hitting very square, and it's not a very good group, and that was 50 yards closer than the others. So I would say it's not stabilizing those very well. Alright, so this is the third rifle that we're using for the test. This is a Savage 112, and like the model number indicates, it's got a 1-in-12 rated twist. And so we're going to shoot all 3 bullets with this rifle next. results for the 1 in 12 rate twist barrel. On the left there, the 52 grain bullets. Those are the loads that it really likes. It stabilized those really well. It's a tight group. At 100 yards, we shot that. And then for the other two bullet weights, the 69 and the 75s, we went ahead and moved up to 50 yards based on the results from the 1 in 9 rate twist barrel. We figured there's no way that it would stabilize those. And we ended up being correct. What you see on the 69 grain target, this hole, and this hole are 69 grain bullets out of the 1 in 12 twist barrel at 50 yards. And you can see that they're not hitting completely square. They're a little oblong. And the group obviously isn't very tight, so it didn't stabilize those very well, even at 50 yards. If you take a look over at the 75 grain target, you see nothing. And that's because the one bullet that we were able to recover from all of this is on the 69 grain target there, and that's this guy right here. So that's a 75 grain bullet out of a 1 in twist rate barrel at 50 yards, keyholing completely. There's the tip of the bullet facing downward. The other two, we don't really know where they ended up. Hopefully somewhere in our backstop. And yeah, obviously didn't stabilize those at all. So as a recap for that test, I guess, basically, kind of what we learned is that some of the twist rate myths actually do seem to be true. We had trouble with the 1 in 12, the slowest rated twist gun, with the 69 grain bullets and the 75 grain bullets. It wouldn't stabilize either of those. And the 1 in 9 twist barrel, we hear all the time that 1 in 9 twist is stabilized up to a 69 grain bullet. And that seemed to be true. It stabilized those really well, and then the 75s it had a lot of trouble with. It was throwing those all over the place, and that's kind of hit or miss. We've shot it with those before too, and it's actually kept them all on the paper, but it opens the group up a lot. So that's kind of that's really iffy. The 1 in 7 stabilized all of them pretty well. It didn't over-stabilize the lighter bullets, which is kind of a myth that we falsified, I guess, a little bit. Some people talk about how those lighter, like the 52 grain bullets, or even some of the varmint 45 grain bullets, they're really light, 223. Gets over-stabilized by those guns and actually opens up the groups a little bit, but it shot those really tight. So I guess overall, some of the myths were a little bit confirmed and some of them weren't, but so if you're going out to buy an AR and you're looking at some twist rates, 1 in 9 is the most common, and that definitely we proved out there will stabilize up to 69, which is going to be 90% of your 223 ammo there out on the market. So hopefully that information is helpful for you guys when you're out there shopping for some stuff. Thanks for checking out Arms TV. Appreciate it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll try to get some more videos out there soon. Thanks, guys.